Hello, welcome to Juniper Level Botanic Garden, the home of Plant Delights Nursery. I'd like you to meet one of my favorite winter blooming plants. This is the Algerian iris, Iris unguicularis. Unguicularis means clawed with a C-L-A-W-E-D, referring to some aspect of the flower. Used to be Iris stylosa, which is a little bit easier name, but anyhow, meet it anyway. It's truly a winter blooming plant. Well, it's actually longer than that because it can start to bloom about Thanksgiving and bloom whenever there's a mild spell all through November, December, January, February, and it's now March 4th, and it's a really good show. A little bit distant from here are some Christmas roses, Hellebores niger, which surprisingly still have a few flowers, but they were real pretty, believe it or not, around Christmas and into January, and this iris joined them in the garden display. Iris unguicularis, don't focus on the shabby foliage. It always has shabby foliage. If you're tempted to cut the foliage to the ground, the problem with doing that is the flowers need the support of the foliage. Now, the late garden writer, Pamela Harper, loved her Algerian iris, and her solution was to get a comfortable bench and sit by them and spend a couple hours removing each brown leaf individually. I have selective vision, so I don't really see that brown foliage, but I just see the beautiful flowers. And the flowers are not very resistant to freezing temperatures, so if they're blooming nicely, but it's going to be cold that night, cut the fresh flowers and bring them into the house. The English often write about them being fragrant, but you need to bring them in the house to really appreciate the fragrance. I have a fistful of flowers that I'm not getting any fragrance from, and it's certainly a warm enough day to bring out their natural fragrance. This is a modern cultivar called, let me double check, I think it's Winter Echoes. Yeah, Winter Echoes. Bred by Superstition Iris Nursery in California. And they've introduced a number of other selections. And this is the typical color for Algerian iris. And one of the cut flowers I have in my hand, is this one, which was grown from wild collected seeds, so it's showing the real typical color and markings of the wild Iris unguicularis. And see, it's almost indistinguishable from these guys. These hybrid ones are a bit bigger, but the colors and the markings are very similar. But let's meet, Algerian iris can also be white. This is one we call great white. It's one of the few flowers in bloom today, so it's not the best flower, but you're seeing that it can indeed be white. And this is Logan Calhoun. Logan Calhoun was a Texas gardener, horticulturalist, and it's close to two other cultivars. Walter Butt is perhaps a little bit paler version of this. And then we have another very similar color one called Not Butt, because it's not Walter Butt, but it's very similar to Walter Butt. And it might be a bit paler than this, but it's very close to that. And now this is a very special one. This is Peloponnese Snow. It's basically a white, but it has this beautiful blue area on the falls. In an iris, the 6 tepals, you have the 3 upright standards and the 3 independent falls. But Peloponnese is a lovely thing. It's one that we don't have in production yet, but our one plant of it in the garden will soon be, this fall we'll divide it and start a stock block of it. Iris unguicularis, even though it's evergreen, is basically dormant in the summertime. The plant won't look dormant. It'll retain this foliage, but the roots go dormant. And so the best time to transplant Iris unguicularis is very late summer, or maybe even better, early fall, because at that time they start making new growth, and they start to make new root growth. And that's a time to transplant them, because they'll reestablish much more quickly when they're actively making new growth, especially the root growth. In the summer, the roots are reduced just to the stele, S-T-E-L-E. If you think of a carrot, and you cut a carrot in crosswise, you have the outer part, and then you have that center part, the core. That's the stele of a root, and they retain that part of the root, so they still remain firmly attached to this planet. But it's only in the fall that they make new growth. They are, as you might guess from their common name, Algerian iris. They are native to the Mediterranean region, and so they're dealing with hot, dry summers by sort of going dormant. Again, they'll have green foliage year-round, but the plants are not actively growing in the summer months. They're freshening back up in the fall, when in their native habitat there's a little bit more moisture available to them. They can be grown in absolutely full sun. This weeping form of the water ash is on the east side of the tree, so it doesn't get sun until late in the day. And as this tree gets bigger, they get less and less sun, so definitely they will grow out in absolutely full sun, but they'll perform quite well in half sun or bright shade. Just not fussy about soil, provided it doesn't remain soggy. If you can grow the wide range of other plants, you can grow Iris unguicularis. Well, I think I've shared with you everything I can on the Algerian iris, and I hope you'll add them to your garden. Thank you for your time today, and I hope to see you again in the garden.